we are at the ISSCS, Illinois Soldiers and Sailors Children's School plot on the south side of the road. There are 41 numbered stones in perfect order, all dated in the 1800s, except for one in 1903. The small flat marker indicates that these are children who were originally buried at ISSCS and who are now buried here. Notice the one row with the graves less than 3 feet wide. On the north side of the road, the stones are numbered 42 to 73, but not in such perfect order. The stones are made of different materials and the numbering is non-sequential. Some of the small rectangular stones are now unreadable. There are a few granite stones, probably donated by the family members. One former resident was buried here in 2001 and has a flat military bronze marker. One plot has 2 stones, the original one and the one correcting the spelling from Russian to Wrenchen. Back on the south side of the road, we also have 2 excellent tree trunk monuments. The bigger one is the Loeffler Monument. It is a double trunk with the upper limbs entwined. It is also covered with symbols including the Bible, downturned oak leaves with acorns, flowers, vines, and peeling bark on one side. Each of these symbols carries its own meaning. Our final character today is Captain Christian Riebsame. He was born in Germany in 1839 and came to America with his family in 1853. In 1869, he married Bertha Trimpter and they had 5 children. They lived at 513 East Grove Street for many years. Contemporary accounts indicate that this was not a happy marriage, with Bertha complaining that she was doing most of the work, while Christian spent much of his time at his saloon entertaining customers with a beer in one hand and his cards in the other. Riebsame will tell you about his successful career in the saloon business and his various other business ventures. Suffice it to say, he was very well known throughout the area, especially in the large, thriving German community where he was active in almost everything. His saloon at 111 North Main Street was much more than a place to simply get a drink. It had a finely equipped billiards room, and Riebsame brought in world-famous billiards to put on exhibitions. It was also quite a music venue, with acts from near and far performing everything from opera to classical, with some evenings when several kinds of music could be heard, all starting at 7:30 p.m. sharp. Now let's hear from Captain Riebsame, who will tell a few tales from his saloon and of the monkey business that was known to happen there. I'd like to introduce the ever-charming Captain Riebsame.
Come on in, come on in. Welcome to Riebsame's Saloon and Billiards. It's possible that some of you are underage. Well, it wouldn't be the first time I've been in trouble for that. But we're not officially open at the moment. I'm awaiting a delivery of Milwaukee's finest beer. So we won't be breaking any laws if we just socialize. Oh, but if you're here to see the monkey, I'm sorry to disappoint you. The monkey is no longer with us. That little mischief maker came to me after he cleared out a saloon in Springfield, and I thought I'd avoid any monkey business if I kept him on a chain here at Riebsame's. I named him Count Shoveloff, and I expected him to be a very honorable, if pugnacious member of society. Unfortunately, on New Year's Eve, Count Shoveloff, chained though he was, perched on the lady's bosom, bust. Truly a shelf-like area. And she departed unharmed, but missing a handful of hair. So Count Shoveloff had to shovel off the premises. As for the fellow's current whereabouts, I can't say, but you do know I've won awards for my sharpshooting? Joking, joking! Not about the shooting awards. I am a sharpshooter. I once won 2 cash prizes and a fancy revolver at a shooting competition in Chicago. I have many talents, many skills. I've been a barber, a baker. Well, to be fair, my wife did the baking at her family's bakery on North Main Street. It's been said my wife worked and saved while I enjoyed life and spent. And it's true, she was by far the better cook. You wouldn't want to eat a loaf of bread baked by me, but I could deliver it with a smile. And might I add, here at Riebsame's, we offer free delivery of all whiskeys straight to your door for medicinal purposes. Many of our local doctors recommend pure spirits for various nervous ailments. And beer, as you know, is good for the general health. If you're underage, you can wash your hair with it. But my finest occupation was as a soldier. I joined the 116th Illinois Volunteer Infantry in 1862, marching with General Sherman in the Union Army in the Civil War. Right away we suffered severe losses in battle. We lost many more due to illness over the course of the war. I myself, due to the cold winters and the lack of blankets, I suffered from respiratory ailments and rheumatism for the rest of my life. But still, my proudest moment, leading my company in the Grand Review before President Andrew Johnson, May 24th, 1865. A year after the war ended, 12 of us formed the first post of the Grand Army of the Republic. Our motto, fraternity, charity, loyalty. In fraternity, we met to sing our war songs and tell our war stories. In charity, we took care of the veterans, the widows, the orphans. And in loyalty, we raised funds to build monuments. The Grand Army of the Republic is responsible for Decoration Day, May 30th, a day to decorate the graves of the honored war dead. I don't know why some of us survive, and some of us don't. Oh, not just in war, but also in life. My son, Carl, oh, he was delicate, but such a talented musician. We sent him to music school in my native Germany, but he suffered a nervous collapse. We went over there to bring him home, and he decided he would not have the stamina to be a professional musician, so quite rightly, he used his talents in a practical way, as a piano tuner instead of a piano player. And he was making quite a success of that, until he collapsed again. He said he was heartsick of it all. What was he heartsick about? We were going to send him to Corpus Christi, Texas, for the warm climate, but he drank a bottle of carbolic acid, and we couldn't revive him. No. Oh no. I don't know how to reconcile myself to the loss of those young soldiers in war, and my own son, in my own home. Oh, maybe that's why I spend so much time in my saloon, with a glass of beer and a game of cards. I should tell you about a friendly rivalry between my bartender, Mr. Mittler, and Mr. Curry, the bartender at the Gem Saloon. Now, it is universally admitted that to properly mix American drinks, it's an art form. It requires good judgment, chemistry, keen taste, discrimination, lemon peel, banana juice, muscle, fusel oil, and other moral, physical, and material requisites. The ability to cover up the cussedness of whiskey, the kidney-searching odors of gin, the horrors of rum, and the general devilment of booze in one seductive dram. It's an art form that should win you a medal. So, Ed Kegler, chemist, has agreed to drink and judge the products of their skill. A hearse has been arranged for him, and the procession will move here to the cemetery after the medal has been awarded. That actually appeared in the Pentagraph, a newspaper with a sense of humor. Oh, they always printed my advertisements. Listen to this holiday ad. Turkeys with oyster and chestnut dressing, cranberry sauce, celery, all that pertains to a first-class Thanksgiving dinner. will not be found at Captain Riebsame's today. But he will have the best that the market affords in the shape of pure wine, liquor, beer, and cigars to assist with the digestion after you've finished your dinner. Oh, well, come back when we're open and you're of legal age. And we'll have a drink and a cigar and a game of cards. Shoveloff now.
An example of Riebsame's prominence can be found in his 1879 trip to Germany. The Turners, his German club, threw a first-class farewell party and presented him with a very valuable and elegant gold-headed cane. Riebsame was a well-traveled man for his time. We know that he made at least one more trip to Germany after this trip in 1879, as well as visits to Florida, New York, and California before his death in 1913. This does conclude our 2015 Cemetery Walk program. Thank you for supporting our program, and we encourage you to also support other cemetery preservation activities in your local community. Please feel free to ask any questions as we walk back to the entrance. Please take a moment to stop at the tables set up by the entrance for the McLean County Museum of History, the Illinois Voices Theater, and the Evergreen Memorial Cemetery. The tables have information about their organizations, upcoming events, and other opportunities. We hope to see you next year.